let's talk about this. This is the Action 5 Pro, the DJI Action 5 Pro, and this is the Xtra Atto, which is really similar to the DJI Osmo Nano. But what are the differences between these two cameras? At the time I'm recording this video, you can pick up either of these cameras for around $300. What are the specs? What makes these cameras special or different from each other? Let's break it down. Both of these cameras have a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor. So what's the difference? The Action 5 Pro, you get 155 degrees field of view on this lens. It is an f2.8 lens, and on the Xtra Atto you get a 143 degree field of view lens. It is also a f2.8 lens. On the Action 5 Pro, you're getting up to 4K 120 frames per second, and on the Atto you get up to 4K 60 frames per second. On this one you get 10-bit D-Log M, and on this one you get X-Log 10-bit. The Action 5 Pro weighs 146 grams, while the Atto itself weighs only 54 grams, but if you add the Vision Dock together, you get 126 grams. So the Atto is only 20 grams lighter with both connected. The Action 5 Pro gives you Rocksteady 3.0, Rocksteady Plus, Horizon Balancing, and Horizon Steady. And the Xtra Atto has Motion Master and Tilt Guard. This camera is waterproof up to 20 meters, and this camera, just the camera, is waterproof up to 10 meters. The dock itself is IPX4 splash resistant. When these are paired together, you get that IPX4 water resistance. You get 64 gigabytes of internal storage plus micro SD cards. On this camera, you get 128 gigabytes of internal storage plus the micro SD compatibility up to 1 terabyte cards. The Action 5 Pro can record for a long time at 240 minutes on a battery. The Xtra Atto is a 90-minute record time just on the camera. Add the Vision Dock and you get 220 minutes on this camera. Front and rear OLED screens on the Action 5 Pro, and with the Atto you only get the Vision Dock here, which you can switch to view whether you're filming yourself or if you are filming something else, you can switch the dock around that way. The Action 5 Pro has 3 built-in mics, plus you can pair the DJI mics via Bluetooth to this camera. The Atto has 2 mics, plus you can now pair Bluetooth mics to this camera. Both of these cameras have the quick release magnetic action cam mount on the bottom of the camera. The Atto mount is a reversible magnetic mount, so you can attach it either way to your mount and the magnets still work. While the Action 5 Pro is a directional magnet for the mounts, but you can use newer mounts with it. They're still the same mounting connection, just the magnets won't fully line up when you're trying to mount them. The Action 5 Pro gives you an ISO range from 100 to 51,200, while the Xtra Atto gives you 100 to 25,600 in its ISO range, much less. The Action 5 Pro gives you photos up to 40 megapixels, while the Xtra Atto gives you approximately 35 megapixels. The max resolution on the Action 5 Pro is 7296 by 5472, while the Atto is 6880 by 5160 of max resolution. The Action 5 Pro has a bunch of different modes. You get video, super night mode, subject tracking, slow motion, hyperlapse, and time lapse, while the Atto gives you video mode, slow motion, hyperlapse, and time lapse. Both of these cameras have Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth compatibility. So what are the main differences between these two cameras? The field of view is 155 versus 143. The video resolution is 120 frames per second versus 60 frames per second. Weight and size, obviously. The stabilization modes, you get an extra level of stabilization on the Action 5 Pro, as well as Horizon Steady, and the Atto just has 1 level of stabilization. The waterproof depth is doubled on the Action 5 Pro compared to the Atto, and the internal storage is also doubled on the Atto compared to the Action 5 Pro. You get 2 screens on your Action 5 Pro, while you'll have to switch the screen around on the Xtra Atto. You get 3 microphones on this camera versus 2 on the Atto. The Action 5 Pro has 3 built-in mics, which allows you to get audio whether you're behind the camera, it's picking up audio, and you're in front of the camera, it's picking up audio. And when you're above the camera, it's going to be picking up audio. For the Atto, you only get 2 microphones. They're right here on the front of the camera. So if you are facing the camera, you're getting audio. If you're facing away from the camera, you're not getting audio unless you have this dock switched around and facing you, because the microphone is on the back of this dock and on the front of the camera. So you have to keep that in mind. And when you're holding it, make sure that you're not covering up the microphone with your fingers. Now, battery life is also another difference on these cameras. 240 minutes or up to 4 hours of record time on the Action 5 Pro versus only 90 minutes on the Atto. If you're just using this camera or adding it with the dock, you get 220 minutes. So about 20 minutes difference on the record time that you're going to be able to get out of these cameras. Both of these cameras have record buttons that you will just tap to start recording, but the Atto also features nod recording, which you can turn on and nod the camera, it will start recording, or you can tap the camera and it will start recording that way. So if you have this camera mounted to your hat or a helmet, you can just nod it or tap it and it will start recording. Another difference is the ISO range on these cameras. Obviously the Action 5 Pro winning with Super Night mode, giving you up to 51,200 ISO versus the Atto, which is only giving you 25,600. So you're going to get much better low light performance out of this camera than on the Atto. And photo resolution, the Action 5 Pro's 40 megapixels is obviously larger than the approximate 35 megapixels you're getting on the Atto, like 300 to 400 more pixels on the Action 5 Pro. And with the Action 5 Pro being a more dedicated action camera, you get some more recording modes than the Atto gives you, and the Action 5 Pro having additional Super Night mode and subject tracking make this a better choice for you. Now you can use both these cameras for the exact same shots: vlogging, action sports, travel shots, even studio shots like I showed in this video up here. The Action 5 Pro is more of a rugged camera for action sports, rugged filming like mountain climbing, mountain biking, ATV riding, or dirt bike riding, travel videos, cinematic action footage, and longer shoot times. And the Atto is more for POV content, vlogging, studio angles, lightweight creator workflow, where you just want to pick up the camera and record with a small setup. Now these cameras do come with cages. The Atto has a camera cage that will protect the camera when you're out biking or filming some more action type of footage. And the Action 5 Pro also has a cage that you can use to mount it vertically and gives it a little bit more durable protection. You can also get cages like the Telesin camera grip, which I reviewed in this video up here, and it allows you to use it more like a point and shoot camera. It gives you that shutter button and allows you to get steadier shots if you're using this for taking photos. And the Atto just has this protective case. As far as I know, there are not any other cases. There are dive cases, but there are not like a specific photo case like they make for the Action 5 and Action 6. The Action 5 Pro also has the ability to use ND filters. If you want to get more cinematic footage with your camera using that 180-degree shutter rule, then you'll want to use ND filters to cut out the extra light that you're going to be getting. ND filters act like sunglasses for your camera when you have your settings set to that 180-degree shutter rule. If you're shooting at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second and you double your shutter speed, when you go out and it's nice and sunny, nice bright clear day, you're going to be getting too bright of footage and you're going to need something like an ND filter to cut out the light that is getting into the camera. There are different levels of ND filters depending on the time of day and how bright it is. So you can just pick which ND you want to use at what time of day it is, how bright it is, to make your footage still look good. But on the Xtra Atto, there are no ND filters for this. So if you want to use that 180-degree shutter rule, there's no ND filter support for this camera currently. But you can use the ND filters from your Action 5 Pro or an Action 4, Action 3 on the Atto, because even though the Atto has a square lens, the diameter at the corners of it are the same as the Action 5 Pro. So you can use the ND filters from your Action 5 Pro on the Xtra Atto. They don't fit super tight, so I wouldn't use them for anything other than vlogging. If you get the Telesin filter kit, you also have the option for a CPL filter in addition to the ND filters. So no, there aren't currently any ND filters being made for the Atto, but you can use the Action 5 Pro filters on there. They have these ridges inside the filter that you can kind of feel them on the lens snug up a little bit. So you can use the ND filters from the Action 5 on the Xtra Atto. I just wouldn't use them for anything other than vlogging. Now another thing to note on these cameras is the lenses. If you crack the lens on it, scratch it or something, you can replace it on the Action 5 Pro by unscrewing it, get a replacement, screw it back on, and you're good to go with this camera. On the Xtra Atto, you cannot replace this lens unless you replace the whole camera. So which of these cameras is better? If I had to pick just one, I would pick the Action 5 Pro because of the extra features that you get from this camera. But when it comes down to it, you can't go wrong with either of these cameras. They can both shoot the same things, they can both mount in the same places, they can both do all the same things. Just the Action 5 Pro might be a better option if you plan on shooting for longer periods. You want to swap the battery out. If you want to shoot in low light, this has a much higher ISO range. You want to shoot underwater more, taking super slow motion shots or taking higher quality photos, this might be the camera. The Atto is going to be a better choice for you if you're going to be vlogging, everyday shooting, short clips, or you want to fit this camera in smaller places, or just put it in your bag or pocket and bring it everywhere you go. So hopefully this video breaking down the specs of these two cameras helps you decide which one you should pick up. I'll leave links for them both down in the description below. Be sure to subscribe, follow along, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Everybody dance, don't stop. I just need a minute to find out what I'm feeling, 'cause I'm about to go nuts.